Hey, this is Gene. It's game day, and we got Crystal Palace today. It's going to be interesting who we're going to bring out to start. I'll talk about that in a little bit. I didn't really look at the injury report, but I'm assuming that Reguilon can't play the way he walked off. But I'm hearing all this stuff that we're going to sign him and all that stuff, so maybe he's not really hurt. But I don't think he's not going to risk him on this. Unfortunately, for that's going to probably Delo might end up playing, or maybe he's going to bring some guys up from the youth team or the under 23 team to you know 3 or 4 guys to come in to be able to play. But I think you got to get Amrabat in so he gets some stuff in his legs, and I think Mount's going to be there. And the question is, do you bring in Bruno? And I think he's going to play because I think Bruno. It's hard for him not to play, so I think he's going to play the midfield, or he could be outright, and then you can put Mount out there. But you got to have Palestri and Garnacho needs to play. I want to see them on the same field, but I think the Hoyland needs to play for about 60 minutes. And I think that'll be a very interesting thing, actually. I think young guys up front, I think that will be a fine. I think we'll have Amrabat and Mount to provide them with stuff. And I think we'll be kind of a force there going forward. It's the back that really worries me. I don't know if Evans is fit to play. It's crazy. I'm saying that maybe McGuire is fit, so we might see McGuire and Evans, and then Lindelof might have to play left back or right back, probably left back or right, probably right, and then Delo will play. But Delo is going to be playing a lot of games. Just wonder where we're at with Malacia and Reguilon. I don't know how bad he is. I don't know what the issue is with Shaw. We have a lot of good players that we, if everybody's back, we're very deep. It's just we got to get our play together right, and we got to put them all together. And I think we'll be a good team if we allow the manager to do what he has to do. So I'll just think that's the kind of team it would be. I think we'll probably win the game. I just want to see progress in how we play, and I want to see young guys play. I want to see that. I want to see Holland, Palestri, and Garnacho up front. I want to see that because I think that's the future, and I want to see it now. I want to be able to see that and see them just just take it to them. Now, just some news. We know that Sancho is getting more and more alienated and isolated from the first team. At least these are the reports. And you know what? This is the same thing with Greenwood. Obviously, it's a different type of thing. This is somebody that I don't. I said it in my video a couple weeks ago that he threw his toys out of the pram. We don't know enough about the situation. He is still sticking to his guns. Um, so I'm not gonna. I mean, I can sit here and try to psychoanalyze this dude, but obviously had issues before he got to Manchester United. Um, what I don't know. I don't want to say that he's just not take accountability, and I think at this point he's gone too far with it, and I think that he has no way back. Um, it just makes no sense to me. Clearly, he's pushing his way to get out of there. I guess, to go back to a club that's just not going to have the type of pressure that Manchester United has. Um, it's unfortunate because when we got him, and I remember there's a video of when all these guys came up on the field at the same time. You have Martial, Rashford, and Sancho, and we're thinking, good Lord, this is going to be this strike force for a couple of years, and we're going to just we may not win anything, but we're going to put fear to the hearts of all these defenders in the Premiership and in Europe, and we just never really got that. We didn't get Martial would get hurt. Rashford still doesn't, he hasn't matured in his game, and Sancho is just hot and cold. Clearly one of the most talented players on the team, but just hot and cold. There's a mentality there, and I don't know where it comes from, and um, this guy, I think that he doesn't. I think he probably isn't a guy that spends all his money, but maybe he does. I'm sure he has nice cars. I'm sure he has all the jewelries, just like Marcus has. But I think he says, if I'm not going to get what I want, I have enough money in the bank. I don't hear this anymore. I don't have to deal with this anymore. But I think there's a better way to do it. You play until you just ask for a transfer. That's really all you really have to do, and you just be professional about it. And I think people would respect that more than anything else. If he's not going to come out and say I don't have the cojones to play at a big club. People forget. Yes, we're kind of a joke, have been for a long time, but the pressure is just so immense compared to any other team in the Premiership, and that even includes Liverpool. And Manchester City has no pressure. They are not covered 24/7 in the press. There's way too many pundits that have an axe against Manchester United because for so long we dominated the league, and when they get to the position where they can actually pontificate about Manchester United, they do, and they clearly have an agenda. But as somebody that it's like the New York Yankees of football. We just have to deal with it, right? I don't really care. I tell you, my dog, the last couple days when I do these videos, he just continually does this stuff. It's like, if you're not in the house, I have to bark at you. But, so, I think that he's probably gone too far now. I think he's had opportunities to do what he needs to do, and he won't do it. He said, apparently, we're getting reports that the other players have been talking to him. I'm sure there's got to be 2 or 3 guys in that team are basically his friends, and they've sat down with him. Apparently, that's what we hear. Again, this is the same media that says this shit, and then we'll find out when this all comes out, it'll be something totally different. So you don't know exactly what's true, but I'm assuming that there were some people saying, just go in and do this shit and just get past it, and then that way you're not going to get sold for what you want to got. And we as a Manchester United is not going to make sure you go to the place that you want to go. You have to act like a professional. And he's not 18 anymore, and he's been doing this for a long time. Ten Hag maybe he got upset that Ten Hag did this last year. Maybe he didn't want to go. Maybe he wanted to fight for his place. Don't release that stuff and say this, and then after that say you're going to fight for the badge, and then you're not really doing that. You have to at least show some integrity there, and he just didn't do it, and that's why I did the video I did. So let's see what happens. If maybe a little later today, I'll once I find out the injury stuff, I'll come back on here and actually give you my predicted lineup. And when the lineup comes out, I'll probably do it before that, and maybe. But if not, when the lineup comes out, I'll get on live or something live and just have my thoughts on it. And then halftime, I'll get on the live and I'll talk about that too. And after the game, I'll talk about it as well. I think it's going to be a nice open game, I hope. I think that we should just take this as almost like a training session and let the younger guys play. And regardless of the score, play the style of football that Ten Hag wants. And if we end up getting beat in the break or something like that, but we still show that we have that that style of play, that's fine. But I think if I was in Manchester today, I would want to go to the game tonight because there's a real possibility that Garnacho, Pellistri, and Hoyle is going to start that game. And I think that's the future of Manchester United. And I just see that. But anyway, let me know what you think it's going to be. Tell me what you think is going to be the starting lineups. If you have any opinions about Sancho, other than being just he's being a dickhead, that's fine. But if you think there's something more, maybe if you're in Manchester and you know more, please let me know. And we'll talk about it in the comments. You guys have a good day, and we'll see you later today.